Yeah, Paul, you mentioned the scene behind me. It's impossible to think now, but just a couple of days ago, the El Mariachi restaurant stood right here. The only sign that a restaurant was once here, things like this, takeaway containers, the only real evidence that that was once a restaurant. And of course, it's not just buildings that have been so hard hit here in Rolling Fork. You can see the devastation. There are flipped cars, just really strews of debris wherever you look in any direction in this town of around 2,000 or so people. There are emergency crews. They've been here all morning, as they have been since the tornado struck. Speaking to some of those officials, they really say they're going through this debris to see if there are any survivors. Around us, you can see the devastation, Paul. You can see the destroyed cars. Across the road from where I'm speaking to you from, there is what used to be a lumber yard. Again, now just debris. Impossible to think that this was a community of a couple of thousand people. Just shows the impact that this tornado had. And we're getting a little bit of information about just how devastating, just how powerful this F4 category tornado was. We know it was on the ground for around 59 miles. It lasted for around 70 minutes. And at its widest moments, it stretched around 3/4 of a mile. That just gives you a sense of just how much power this tornado brought. Now, we have heard from the governor of Mississippi. We've heard from Tate Reeves. He says efforts now are on responding, recovering, and also in the future rebuilding too. Paul?
OK, well, and we can see behind you, apart from the absolute wreckage as far as the eye can see, the weather looks fairly calm. There's some blue skies, but I understand there could be some further bad weather on the way. Are there any kind of preparations that can be done for that?
Paul, absolutely right. It's been a beautiful morning here in Rolling Fork, but there are real warnings from the National Weather Service about how the weather might change later this afternoon and into the evening here in Mississippi. There are warnings from the National Weather Service that thunderstorms are likely. We could see further hailstorms, some as much as 2 inches in diameter. Also concerns that we could see wind gusts of up to 70 miles an hour, of course, becoming even more deadly considering the amount of debris we can see all around us. They also say that tornadoes are possible. The message from officials is crystal clear: to have a plan and to know a safe place to go to. Paul?
All right, well, we'll take care. We will check in with you again later. Thanks so much for that update. Will Denslow there in Rolling Fork, Mississippi.